Welcome to Belinda's Sewing Secrets. Hi, I'm Belinda. In today's video we're going to talk about the overlockers that basically thread themselves. So let's get started. So this overlocker is the Elna 864 Air, and the system it works with, it threads the loopers with air, and the needles have a needle threader, which is wonderful, and it's so straightforward. So the first thing we're going to do is decide which looper we're going to thread first, and here we have a little dial that you move left or right, and it shows you the purpley colour one would be the one on the left, and the green one it's showing you there is the one on the right. So this dial, I'm turning to the right because I'm going to thread that. I'm going to thread the right hand one. The next thing you do is you've got to make sure that this little pipe feeds into that little tube. So to do that, you activate the little pipe. Now if it's not in the right place, which I'm going to move it out the way, you will see if you activate it, the little pipe doesn't go across. Then all you have to do is just move the flywheel slightly and it will connect. There is a marking on the side of the machine that gives you, it's about a centimetre of wriggle room, but if you're just moving it, it will click in when it's in the correct spot. So the next thing you're going to do is take your thread, and the foot's raised, which means the tensions are open. So there's no pressure on this thread. So when it's being blown through, it will go through. It's not being restricted. So the first thing you've got to do is take about nearly a foot of thread, and you're going to feed the beginning of it, about an inch of it, into that little pipe there. So you can do it with tweezers, you can do it with your fingers, whatever works for you, and you're just going to feed that into there. Now don't panic if you don't feed enough, you just repeat the operation, so it's no big deal. You don't want this thread to be hooked on anything. And then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to raise this lever up, bring it down, but we're going to focus over here because you're going to see that the thread will pop out of that little hole there. So that it'll come out of there, which is amazing. So I'm going to raise it, and I know that was quick. Did you see that? Let me do it again, because it's like a magic trick. So I'm going to put that into there. So as I said to you, don't panic if you don't put enough thread in there. You just repeat that operation, the up and down with the lever. So maybe there's not enough in there now, so let's see one. And there it is. It's truly amazing. Best thing ever. Okay, so tweezers and just grab that thread. Okay, and then the second looper, all I'm doing here is going to turn this dial to face the second looper and repeat. So this is like rinse and repeat. And a decent amount of thread. The amount of thread that it will need to go through that whole looper system. And then there's my piece again. I'll do it with my left hand. You can see it. And just feed it into that hole. Okay, you must never oil in that hole or blow moisture into it or anything like that. Keep those holes clean. Okay, and now the thread is going to come out of that hole. So did you see that? It's amazing. And that's threaded. And how cool is that? And when I put the foot down, the tensions will be engaged, so there will be a bit of restriction on the thread. But they're threaded. So that's step number 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you this device. And what it does is it holds the needle for you so that you can put the needle into the machine without fear of dropping it. And when I've threaded both the needles, what I'm going to do is remove one of them and sew as a 3-thread, just so that you can see what that is for. The needle thread is here, and you'll see you can pull it to the left or push it to the right. And so if you're threading the left-hand needle or if you're threading the right-hand needle. So there they are, and they're labeled left, right, left, right, left, right. So it's all labeled. And I've got size 14 needles in the machine, which is the best way to go. So the first one I'm going to do is the one on the left. So pull it left, and so that would be this one. And again, if I raise the foot, there's no pressure on the thread. It does give you a little bit less space there. So you would bring this down. So I'm going to put it under this white piece, slide it up there's a little hook there, and then take it through. Bring it across. Hook it under the white piece, up the front of the needle, and thread the needle. So now your overlocker is threaded. And then you would always turn the flywheel by hand, and then you're ready to sew. Always sew on a scrap, just make sure that tensions are fine, because if the threads are not lying in the tensions, or if they aren't on a number, if they're all on 0, you're going to get very funny looking stitches. But that's perfect. Got that perfect Y at the back. No bubbles from your needle threads. And that's perfect. And it's meeting perfectly on the top. So that's a really very good 4-thread. So this attachment, I want to remove this needle, and it can be a little bit daunting. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut the thread. So thread's out the way. And then I'm going to, that front piece, I'm going to just do that. So the needle goes into that hole, so that when I undo this screw, the needle's not going to fall into the overlocker, because that's something that people worry about. They're scared they're going to lose the needle inside the machine. So this just eliminates that from happening altogether. So just undo the screw and the needle will come out. And you will see that these needles, there's some lighters, they have a flat side at the back. And with this, when you're putting the needle into the machine, it helps you get the flat side to the back. So you've got a rounded piece in the front and a flat side at the back, and the needle goes in with the flat side at the back. So when you replace it, you know that you're going to do it correctly, and it helps you push the needle all the way in, which is what you would like, otherwise it's not going to sew properly. So that's your needle, and on the machine it will tell you the correct type of needle you need, and all that information is basically telling you a size 14 needle with a flat side at the back, not a round needle, one with a flat back. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is, there are attachments that can make your life easier, and one of them is this fabric guide. And if you've used a board pattern, you're given seam allowance, and if you've cut that seam allowance on and now you're using an overlocker, you've got to trim it off with the overlocker, otherwise your garment's going to be too big for you. So these attachments are available, and they're useful. For this one, there's a hole here, and it just slides into there, and then there's a screw on the inside for you to just tighten it. It's just a normal screw, and you get the screwdriver in your accessory box, so you just tighten that. And this is adjustable, so you can decide how much you're going to trim off or how little you're going to trim off. So your sewing is going to be lined up with the needle, so you're going to line up that needle on the needle plate. So it all sounds a bit much, but it's not. So you're going to take your edge of your fabric, and you're going to guide it there. So if you see, your blade here is going to cut off this excess, and your needle, we've got one needle in, which is on the left, so the line on your foot on the left is where your needle's going to be sewing. So you'll see that you're cutting off that much, which is basically the seam allowance on a board pattern. You've also got markings on the machine as well. But with the fabric guide, it really helps you have every seam the same, which is what you need to have. So we cut off that much. And that's what your fabric guide's for. And we often asked, how you can keep your fabric straight. This is how you can keep your fabric straight. So you're cutting off the same amount on every part of the garment. This is the cord foot, and what happens with it is when you are sewing across a jersey or maybe a shoulder seam, and you know that the jersey is going to just stretch, and you want to make some stability, so you would use the cording foot, and it will allow the seam to be stable when you're finished. So it's very nice for knitters. And if you look underneath, there's a ridge for the cord to rest in, so that it's not going to get stuck under the foot when you're sewing. So this is your cording foot A, and you'll see underneath there's a space what you do here is you're going to feed fishing line or other type of gut through that hole and then under the foot. And that you would do a rolled hem over so that you can do a frill or a ruffle. I have done a video on that. If you want to have a look, I will attach it to this video. We're using a different foot, but that's the foot for this particular machine and most of the current machines, that the overlockers that are out there at the moment, or sergers. So that's for your fishing gut. Very, very nice, works beautifully. Worth using. So this is your blind hem foot. Looks similar to one that you get for your sewing machines. It is adjustable. That little wheel will push this white piece to the left or to the right. And with an overlocker or serger, your needle is going to catch the fabric every 4 or 5 millimeters. So it's quite close. I've seen it used for curtaining and sort of heavier fabrics. It overlocks the edge and does the hem for you in one operation. Not ideal for fine fabrics, but for something quite heavy, it does work. And obviously you need to use exactly the same color thread as the fabric you're using. So this little wheel is where you would adjust this left or right. So you're catching more fabric or less fabric on your blind hem. So what happens here is you've got your cord and you've got your fabric. It might be cut on the bias, and you're going to put the cord into the fabric and create piping. You're going to line it up under the foot like that when you're sewing. Very useful, very nice. It works really well. So if you want to see a video on that, let me know and I'll do that. If you got value from this video, please subscribe to the channel, give me a like, comment below and share with a friend. And Linda Lou will point out a video that is how to thread a normal overlocker and get your tensions right. So maybe you'll enjoy that too. And I'll see you in the next video.